welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Tuesday, April 29th. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister of the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today are Bishop Robert Griffin, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about our progressive faith community and how you can be a part of it no matter where you live in the world. If you are in South Florida, check out the Sunshine Cathedral Center for the Performing Arts, offering entertainment for the LGBTQ+ community to benefit the LGBTQ+ community. Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There's no streaming TV show like this in the entire world. In 2025, we're celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hotspots Magazine, the 5th anniversary of Queer News Tonight, with nearly 10,000 stories and 10 million views in 2024. We will produce the 25th anniversary of Stonewall Pride Parade and Festival on June 14th, Pride Fete Diversity Pride in August, and Pride Fort Lauderdale next February. We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. Gay makeup artist pled with guards at Salvadoran prison. Forbes Magazine reported, and I'm quoting, Andry Hernandez Romero, a gay Venezuelan makeup artist deported to El Salvador by the Trump administration last month, cried for his mother as prison guards manhandled him and shaved his head, according to a photojournalist who witnessed the intake process. As Andry is reportedly among dozens of men taken to the notorious Salvadoran prison who have no criminal records, end quote. A photographer who captured the scene of Romero praying and crying as his head was being shaved told reporters he heard Romero shout, and I'm quoting him, "I'm innocent and I'm gay." As guards slapped him, quote, he started praying and calling out, literally crying for his mother, end quote, the photographer said. 31-year-old Romero was seeking asylum in the United States for, quote, persecution in Venezuela for being gay and his opposition to the Venezuelan government when he was deported to El Salvador with 237 other Venezuelan migrants on March 15 flights a judge ordered to turn around. It didn't, end quote. According to Forbes, the Trump administration has claimed all of the men are members of a Venezuelan gang, but lawyers and family members for multiple men reject the assessments. While CBS News found no criminal records for 75% of the men. The Queer God Squad responds to this outrage. Jeez, I find myself saying every time, where do we start? This government is proving that it has no soul. If there's such a thing as a soul, this government never had one. And we talk around the table on camera and off camera about what's going on in this country, and we wonder where it's going to end. We don't know where it's going to end, but we look at what's happening to this young man and so many other people who are in this country, were in this country legally, who have been sent to this prison where apparently there is no exit sign. The President of the United States sits with another dictator, not calling the President a dictator, by the way, and says, well, I love what you're doing. And the dictator says, oh, send us more. We have a person who is a naturalized citizen who is in a jail right now that the courts have said you must send back. Not you should, you might, you must send back. And this administration is saying no. The Attorney General said we have irrefutable evidence that the people who are there, including this person who should be back, are members of gangs. It's a lie. It is a bald-faced lie, and until the Congress gets their until the Congress gets some balls, nothing good is going to happen to anybody. And again, we talk about around this table about what's going to happen in the future. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. I think that Americans have to take arm not necessarily with arms, but with their voices, and get out and protest as much as possible until our representatives, a lot of people want to call them leaders. No, until our representatives start representing us. There is no mandate, by the way, for this administration. It barely squeaked in. But because it's squeaked in, it now has the White House, it now has the Senate, it now has the House, and majority of the Supreme Court. And even the court is beginning to waver about what to do with this guy and this administration. But I don't know where our help comes from.
People didn't vote for him 2-1.
Right.
Yeah.
Between the people who voted for the opponent and the people who voted for third parties and the people who didn't vote for at all, 2-1 were not for him.
Yeah.
And so for a third of the country to put the person in charge of all of us shows a flaw in our system that I hope we can address in my lifetime. But also, if we even just took the system seriously, now I went to public school. I went to rural public school. I went to rural public integrated school. I went to rural public integrated school hundreds of years ago. So, you know, maybe I'm not the bright, you know, but that education that I got was guaranteed by my government, that I could have in a diverse setting, all kinds of teachers, people from all over, exchange students, in that environment. And this isn't New York City, and this isn't parochial school. This is just, I'm saying, right? I seem to remember something called the presumption of innocence.
Yay.
I seem to remember, you know, being guaranteed your day in court, that everyone is entitled to a trial with the best possible defense. If the secretary or the attorney general says that she has irrefutable proof, well, then why is that being presented in court by a prosecutor that a defense attorney is then arguing against in front of a judge? Why isn't that, if you've got the proof, why isn't it being presented properly in the right channels? I seem to remember about 3 distinct and co-equal branches of government. So when your equal part says this is illegal, bring them back, you don't just get to say no because you're not over them, you're equal. So when your partner says, okay, this is wrong, bring them back, you don't get to say no. It was a long time ago. I did not go to private school, but I seem to remember that that's how that's supposed to work. And so, yeah, the presumption of innocence, the right to a defense, the right to a trial, where is any of that? And even if it's all true, this is a scary person. He's a member of scary gangs. In my experience, fundamentalist Christianity is a scary gang.
Yeah.
We don't send people off the mainland for it. And there was this thing in the 90s in Argentina, and these people, they called them the disappeareds, because they would just, mothers would just gather in the squares of Buenos Aires and complain and protest because their sons, their husbands, they were just gone. Some nuns and priests were killed during this time. They were just gone, sometimes killed, sometimes just hidden away. You never knew. And this is so frighteningly similar to that.
Yeah.
That people just gone without due process, without defense, without knowledge. Even when the co-equal branches of government say you got to bring them back, nope, you don't tell us what to do. This is really, really scary. It is unjust. It is criminal. And if you don't even want to remember back to your 11th grade government class from rural high, big go leopards, even if you don't want, people of faith do have this dude Jesus, whose opinions are meant to matter. And in his most famous sermon, actually his only famous sermon, he gave this golden rule situation. Would you want that to happen to you? Would you want it to happen to your kids? Would you want it to happen to your best friend? Would you want it to happen to anyone in your family, anyone you work with? Would you want anyone in your world just to be snatched up, accused, and convicted without trial? Would you want that? If the answer is no, then this is wrong. This is wrong. I think there's lots of legal arguments, but I'm not a lawyer, and I went to public school. But Jesus 100% said, the Jesus we have in the Gospels, said, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. No one would want to be this guy, this hairdresser in El Salvador right now.
My heart goes out to Romero and to his family and everybody in that situation.
Yeah.
Removed legally or illegally, whatever they say, my heart just goes out to everyone that's caught up in the situation. And the part that really hit me was we've heard these words before.
Yes.
We've heard I'm innocent and I'm gay in the form of I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's haunting me right now because we've heard these cries for a long time. And for this young man to just say, I'm gay, I'm innocent, and the innocent part to me is they ignored it. They even stopped to pause to say, it is plausible that this person could be innocent, or a lot of them could be innocent without any due process. Nope, let's just go.
Yeah.
I just watched a video clip this morning of someone, I believe also from Venezuela. He was in the elevator in the courthouse on the way to see the judge.
Yes.
Two unidentified people, plain clothes, taps him on the shoulder, he responds, and they tackle him to the floor outside of the elevator, and he's arrested.
Yeah.
He's on his way in to see his judge about his immigration status. And because of that, he missed his hearing and has now since is in the process of being deported. So there's a lot of illegal shit going on.
Yeah.
And due process is being ignored left and right. And if we continue, I believe, down this road, this is where the Wild Wild West begins to act out again.
Yeah.
And that's what we're being pushed to. It's like folks are going to literally have to fight for themselves, not with arms or anything, but with words and with actions and with petition. And I am hoping that there is some rational person at some point who stand up and say, this has been wrong, this is wrong, and we're taking action now.
Yeah.
This has to stop. This current administration is not safe for America.
Or the
Amen.
world.
Or the world.
And that this guy, think about how desperate he was. Like his line of defense was, I'm gay.
Yeah.
Because where he is, that's why he left to begin with.
That's why he
Yeah.
left to begin with.
That he's a target, he's not safe. So that would be like anyone saying, I need my oxygen.
Mhm.
I need my medicine. Like my life is in danger. That's what he was saying when he said, I'm not only innocent, I'm also gay, hoping someone would have mercy.
Yeah.
And no one did.
And that's what gets me. I can't hear this story without weeping.
Mm.
Plain and simple. Where's the empathy?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the humanity?
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
And so often when we hear these stories, we hear the victim crying out for their mother. I mean,
That's what gets me.
that's the core. When
Like,
you're
I can't breathe.
when you're in the worst pain possible, who do you want holding you?
Mm-hmm.
Mother. Mother, save me.
And we have a lot of souls crying out right now, and and we're this won't show for a few weeks after the whole week is over, but we're I'm thinking of Good Friday,
Yeah.
and Jesus on the cross, Eli, Eli, into your hands I commend. He was crying out. Jesus even cried out from the cross, and we have people who are here who are crying out for somebody, just somebody, anybody, to do something. And we just can't keep looking the other way.
No.
Politicians, religious leaders, we cannot keep looking the other way. We cannot be silent.
I want you to think about this. I want you to pray about this. I want you to talk about this. I want you to post about this. I want you to sign petitions about this. I want you to contact your representatives and senators in Congress about this. If you don't know how to reach them, you can on the internet. They can help you. The League of Women's Voters can help you. There's something called ResistBot that they'll actually even help you form the letters and send them. So you don't have to know everything right now because there's ways to get to know what you need to know. But I can't promise victory, but I know that no battle has ever been won that wasn't fought.
Yes.
And so please do what you can. Say something to someone sometime and don't let that be the last time. Because this is really a mess.
Yeah.
And I think conscience dictates that we at least name it for the evil that it is.
Yes.
And that's today with the Queer God Squad.
Before we go, we want to invite you to join Sunshine Cathedral on a wonderful travel experience and help our mission for our community. Join us on the Florida AIDS Walk Pride Cruise. This unique 3-day cruise will sail from Miami on the $1 billion and ultra-deluxe 170,000-ton MSC Seascape on November 2nd, 2025. The cruise is for the Florida AIDS Walk. Your participation helps 13 vital beneficiaries in our community. The cruise is an incredible value starting at just $199 and is also a fundraiser for the Sunshine Cathedral. Parties, special events, and more aboard, including a special unlimited beverage and open bar with Wi-Fi for all 3 days for just $68. We invite you to join us on this amazing cruise for fun. This vital cruise for good.
I invite you to share this episode on your social media, and I also welcome you to find Sunshine Cathedral on Facebook or Instagram. You can also like our bishop pages on Facebook. My page is Bishop Darrell Watkins, D-Min. That's for Doctor of Ministry. And Robert's is Bishop Robert Griffin, D-Min. We're both on TikTok as well.
Thank you for joining Queer God Squad today. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBT community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church.
Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we are all in this together.
Also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.